Good morning, Urban Explorers. Oh, I've got a treat for you. I'm going to do a panorama, if you will, pardon the pun, of the Cyclorama. It is opening tomorrow. It will be the grand opening, and it just takes my breath away. I hope you can get out here and see this in person. There's a film that they show beforehand that basically talks about the history of the painting itself, which is absolutely brilliant. It's so well done. It really dispels myths. It helps people understand what this painting really is all about, which is not what a lot of people think. And so it helps people really understand what this is all about. And the History Center has done just an outstanding job of restoring the painting and creating an experience here that I believe every man, woman, and child should see as soon as possible. I mean, it's just literally takes your breath away. So I'll be doing some tours that show all that. What's in the video right now is the Augustus Hurt House, which is where the Carter Center is now. And if you look right there, there's a man on a horse. That's General Sherman watching the Battle of Atlanta from that vantage point. That is what was once called Coppin Hill. And then now look what they've created. That part right there is the diorama. So this was added. It's so well done. You really can't tell where the diorama and the cyclorama, which is the painting, converge. It's very seamless, as you can see. I mean, it's just. There's General Logan leading the charge late in the afternoon, the counterattack, so to speak, which basically was kind of the nail in the coffin, if you'll, again, pardon a bad pun, for the Confederate Army that day. This is the diorama right here. So here's a great way to understand how these two come together. So Logan on the horse is in the Cyclorama painting. That's the painting that's on Belgian linen. That bridge right there is part of the diorama, right? So look how seamless they created that transition. Looks like Logan's going to ride right across that bridge. There's a telephone pole here, some kind of a pole, a telegraph pole, I guess it was back in the day. That's the War Eagle. Talk more about that if you come on one of my tours. We'll talk about what's happening here. But look at all the stuff they put here in the diorama. This is awesome. Look at this. They've added in the diorama. Look again how it runs right into the painting. That right there is the painting, and that's what's called the railroad cut. If you've ever been to Inman Park MARTA station and you read one of those signs that's right there on DeKalb Avenue and Battery Street, it talks about the railroad cut. That's the railroad cut right there. It's a cut out of the hill, and that is Stone Mountain in the background. So there's a platform here. This is a preview event where people are getting a chance to come in and see what they've done here. Is they've created this 360-degree platform that's about 25 feet away from the painting. And this is the way that these cycloramas were meant to be viewed. Those of you that saw it at the Zoo Atlanta may remember there was kind of a theater that you sat in, and the whole theater revolved. Okay, that was that was a format that was concocted later. That's not the way these were meant to be viewed. The way they were meant to be viewed is as we are doing it now, which is a stationary platform that allows the viewer to just take the painting in from a very specific distance. You can't really tell here, but this painting is hung. It's kind of in a hyperbolic shape, if you will. So the painting is hung like this, so that it curves like that, and it adds to the 360-degree effect. I'll go around a little bit more. This is like I said, they show a film at the beginning, which is about 15 minutes long, 12 minutes long maybe, and it is very, very well done. It's really important that people. Oh, look who's there! See if you recognize this cat. So they talk about this in the film. When Clark Gable came to see the Cyclorama, Mayor Hartsfield was there, and he said to Mayor Hartsfield, "There's only one thing wrong with this painting." He said, "I'm not in it." And so they created, they put him in the painting, but he's a dead Yankee. And Hartsfield had that done. So the painting was painted in the late 1880s, and there were eyewitnesses that accompanied the artist, so that's how they were able to capture all of the detail and what happened. So the eyewitnesses who were in the battle itself actually were able to tell the artist what happened and where it happened and all that. And some of you may know this, and this is one of the reasons I do my tours near the Inman Park MARTA station. The vantage point where the artist painted this painting is on DeKalb Avenue. It's right where the exit to off of Moreland Avenue southbound comes out onto DeKalb Avenue. Right there where you take that right immediately. As soon as you take the right onto DeKalb Avenue, there's a historical marker that's behind a fence, and that marker talks about something called the Federal Signal Station. That is where these artists painted the painting from, or sketched it out. They basically built an observation tower there, and that's where the painting was painted. So there you go, Steve Saenz from Explore ATL Tours. I'm doing a series of tours called the Battle of Atlanta Cyclorama Tour starting in March.